On a cold December evening in 1802, a nervous young man named Luke Howard stood before the assembled members of a London Science Club, about to give a lecture that would change his life and go on to change humanity's understanding of the skies. Luke Howard was a pharmacist by profession, but he was a meteorologist by inclination, having been obsessed by clouds and weather since childhood. As a schoolboy, he spent hours staring out of the classroom window, gazing at the passing clouds. Like everyone else at the time, he had no idea how clouds formed or how they stayed afloat. But he enjoyed observing their endless transformations. By his own admission, Luke paid little attention to his lessons. But fortunately for the future of meteorology, he managed to pick up a good knowledge of Latin. Compared to the other natural sciences, meteorology was a late developer, mainly because weather is elusive. You can't snap off a piece of rainbow or a section of cloud for convenient study. You can, of course, collect rainwater in calibrated containers, but all you really end up with are buckets of water. But all you really end up with are buckets of water. A different approach, which is where Luke Howard's idea came in. His simple insight, based on years of observation, was that clouds have many individual shapes, but they have few basic forms. In fact, all clouds belong to one of three principal types, to which Howard gave the names cirrus, Latin for tendril or hair, cumulus, heap or pile, and stratus, layer or sheet. But that wasn't the clever part. Clouds are constantly changing, merging, rising, falling, and spreading throughout the atmosphere, rarely maintaining the same shapes for more than a few minutes. Any successful naming system had to accommodate this essential instability, as Howard realized. So, in addition to the three main cloud types, he introduced a series of intermediate and compound types as a way of including the regular transitions that occur among clouds. A high, wispy cirrus cloud that descended and spread into a sheet was named cirrostratus, while groups of fluffy cumulus clouds that joined up and spread were named stratocumulus. Howard identified 7 cloud types, but these have since been expanded to 10. Cloud 9 being the towering cumulonimbus thundercloud, which is probably why being on Cloud 9 means to be on top of the world. Howard's classification had an immediate international impact. The German poet and scientist J.W. von Goethe wrote a series of poems in praise of Howard's clouds, which ended with the memorable lines, "As clouds ascend, are folded, scattered, fall,
which end with the memorable lines, as clouds ascend or fold.
While Percy Shelley also wrote a poem, The Cloud,
Let the world
in which
think
each
of
of
three
Howard's
who
7
taught it
cloud
all.
types was
While
characterized in turn.
Shelley also wrote the
But
poem
perhaps the
The
most
Cloud,
impressive response
which,
to the naming
if
of
which of
clouds
Walworth's
was
cloud
by the
types
painter
was
John
carried
Constable,
in turn,
who spent 2 summers
but
on
perhaps the
Hampstead
most
Heath
impressive
painting
response to the
clouds
naming
in
of
the open
clouds
air.
was by the painter John
Once they had
Constable,
been named and classified,
who
clouds became
spent 2
easier to
summers on
understand
Hampstead
as the
Heath,
visible signs
painting
of
clouds
otherwise
in
invisible
the open air.
atmospheric processes.
Once they had been
Clouds
named
write
and
a kind of
classified,
journal
clouds
on the
became
sky
easier to
that allows
understand
us to understand the
as the visible
circulating
signs
patterns
of
of
otherwise
weather and climate.
Alphemus Percastus.
Perhaps the most important breakthrough in understanding
Clouds write a
was
kind of
realizing
journal
that they
on the
are
sky
subject to the same
that
physical
allow us to
laws as
understand the
everything else
circulating
on Earth.
patterns of weather
Clouds,
and
for
climate.
example, do not float,
Perhaps the
but
most
fall
important
slowly under the
earthquake
influence of
understand
gravity.
clouds
Some
was
of them
realized they
stay
are
aloft
subject
due to upward convection from the
laws as
sun-heated
everything
ground,
else on
but
Earth.
most are in a
Clouds,
state
for
of slow
example, do
athletic
not
descent.
float but fall
Clouds
slowly
are the
under the
patron
influence
goddesses
of
of
gravity.
idle fellows,
Some of them
as the
stay
Greek
afloat
dramatist
to
Aristophanes
avoid
wrote
convection
in
from the sun.
420 BC,
Health grow, but
and
most are in
nephology, the
a
study
state of slow.
clouds,
Baltic
remains a
desert.
daydreamer's science.
Clouds are the
aptly
patron
founded
gods
by a
of
thoughtful young man
Adiphilus,
whose favorite
as the
activity
great
was
Damascene
staring out
Apollos
of the
wrote
window
in
at the sky.
420 BC. The nephology, the study of clouds, remains a daydreamer science, amply found by a thoughtful young man whose favorite activity was staring out of the window at the sky.